What were you before?
Yeah, before I was an atheist. I was raised Lutheran. By the time by the time I was 13, I didn't believe in God. And then I was an atheist. I always say I was adamantly against that. Sometimes you'll get people go, well, did you really not believe in God? I say, no, I would tell people that I don't think there's a God, right? I don't know propositionally how you could get much more atheist than that. And I would argue on behalf of that atheism. And so by the time I'm in my mid 20s, I start this process. Football, I maybe mentioned this briefly in preview when you guys are asking for a little bio, but I was a football player for the Minnesota Gophers. I played wide receiver. I got into some drama there where I get an injury. I leave the team. I write a letter about why I'm leaving. Part of it is that, being an atheist on this team, there's this culture of sort of evangelical Christianity. And, so there's this kind of undercurrent of sort of oppression and things like that. And as you can imagine, the national secular media really amplifies it, loves it. The world of football, not interested. I transfer on to the University of Houston. And while I'm down there, I have a marijuana habit. So I get arrested for smoking marijuana and kicked off the team. And doors to football stop opening. And it's in that time where I begin to really kind of truly reflect on my life. For the first time where I'm really, really doing it. I always liked thinking. I always liked, reading and arguing about tough ideas and taking it in. But now I start really doing it in a more solitary sense. And it begins this slow walk where I always say, it's funny. My now wife was my girlfriend at the time, broke up with me because she didn't think I was in a good place. And she was actually Catholic, raised Catholic, relatively within the faith, through our time there, as much as one could be growing up, in the 90s and 2000s, going to Catholic schools. And so she's, I don't think you're in a good place. I don't think you're ever going to be, is really her take. And I thought she was right. The bottom line was, ultimately, I thought she was right. Now that I was alone and football ended and the girl who would become my wife, is breaking up with me, I care a lot less about football and a lot more about the heartache. And so I set myself out on a mission desiring how one can love better. Because one thing I was convinced of is that you can love well or not. You can fail. You can want to love someone well and not love them well. And so this is a beeline to Christ on the cross and to the Catholic faith. The Lord brought me through that and consummated that. And in 2018, Easter Vigil of 2018, I was confirmed into the faith, and been there since. So the sort of seminal work that converted me was Joseph Ratzinger's Introduction to Christianity. I'd been reading enough. I was well disposed, and when I read that, the scales fell, and I believed.
The Lord be with you. I'm Deacon Keith Fournier, and I hope you enjoyed this video from LifeSite News. Check the links in the description for more content like this. You can also connect with LifeSite News on social media and stay up to date with the latest news on life, faith, family, and freedom. Thanks for watching, and may the Lord bless you.